So I'm really having a hard time coming to grips with the mortality of my mother. I not recently, but within the past year, my mother has expressed to me that she has some form of cancer. And there's a balance. My mother is really manipulative and she's really because she's currently battling her addiction. And when I say battling, I don't mean she is trying to I, I don't mean that she's trying to stop. She is actually just doing it. And she has made this little palette in what I would think is like rock bottom. She has made this palette, and like I mean like literally the bare minimum of living. She has turned it into something comfortable. Like I remember about 2 years ago, I convinced her finally to come to Houston and stay with me because I'm really, really comfortable. I'm making enough money to take care of things where her staying with me won't hurt me. And I had told her prior, I said, now, you know, I can't deal with that drugs in my house. We can't deal with that. So when you come to me, I want you to be ready to be clean. I want you to be ready. So stay where you at until you're ready. But when you're ready, I want you to come, lay your burdens down. I'm going to take care of the bills. You, my mom, I want you to get clean and do what you do. So she tried it out, didn't work. So she went back to wherever she was at. But while she was here, she would just be telling me these stories and telling me this stuff that's happening. And I would be listening to her like, this is what you become? Like she was talking about living in tents under bridges with other homeless people. And I'm like, Mama, you have children that love and care about you. You could have came to stay with me. You didn't need to be under a bridge. What the fuck? And she was like, oh no, it was cool. We would go to the pantries and pick up food and have our hot plates out there. And she was describing this homeless way of living like it was not paradise, but like, oh, this is just fine. Like we was making it work, honey, and there was such excitement and pride about it that I didn't understand and relate to. And it's not on no fucking bougie shit. It's about why do this? Why be living in a fucking tent, sharing hot plates and living on like literally living on the street when you don't have to? And so then I'm like, well, maybe, why is she not comfortable coming to stay with me? But because I don't let you just be out here fucking strung out on dope. You can't do that at my house. So that is more comfortable because I make you have to fight and literally battle your addiction. So super, super uncomfortable for me to wrap my mind around, to understand, to be sensitive. Um, my mother has always been like the God to me. She she's the one who established black women are the gods in my life. She is the one who she was my spinach, and if I was Popeye, she was my spinach. I remember watching. I've talked about this to other people, but I remember watching um, Black Panther, and that moment when he's fighting M'Baku and um, uh, and Angela Bassett character, the Queen, says, "Show him who you are. Show them who you are." And that power and courage and rage came up out of him that led him to victory. My mother has always had the power over my drive and strength and determination. She's always had that power to give me solace, give me comfort, let me know that everything is going to be okay, and that I have the strength to do whatever the fuck I want to do and be powerful and be strong and be proud of being Black and be proud of being who I am and standing in my truth. She's always been this person that has instilled this in me. But I think she instilled it in me not because it was in her, because this is what I feel like I'm supposed to do to my children. Nobody made me feel beautiful, so I'm going to make my children feel beautiful. Nobody made me feel strong, so I'm going to make my children feel strong. Nobody was there to support me, so I'm going to be there to support my children. And so it's always for me confusing when her actions do not reflect what she instilled in me. It confuses me because I'm like, how do I know this from you? How do I know this from you? How do I get all this strength from you? How do I get all this power and get all this comfortable and confidence and da 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 da? And you can't see it in yourself, and you have none of it in you. Even when we give you the support, even when we give you, what I don't know, even like in that situation, I'm like, all you gotta do is stay here and get clean up, man. You don't gotta pay bills. You don't have to do anything. I take care of the house. Just do what you gotta do and just clean up. Like you're getting older. This shit is getting fucking old, man. This shit is getting old. We've been dealing with this since '91. That's going on almost 30 years. And so it's just so. But part of her way she maneuvers and excuses, like when we try to get, when it seems like she is going through a breakthrough, when it seems like, okay, she's on some new shit right now, she always tries to manipulate the situation, um, by using, like, we don't make her feel guilty. The conversations I'm having with you, that's not what I would have with my mother. I would have, Mom, let's go, let's do it. Da da da. You can go. Just be strong. Da 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 da. So I'm never honest about, not necessarily never honest, but I encourage her with love. I'm not the one that uses. I don't throw her past back in her face. Like I don't feel like that's productive. I don't. That's not how I work. Um, but she always throws it in her own face. So she'll say things like, "Oh, I know I fucked up you guys' life, but I can't go back and change it. I can't go back and change it." This is in having this conversation when we didn't say anything to her. And when I say we, I'm talking about my brothers, her children, her other children. Like we don't say things. Well, me and my younger brother don't say things like that. The middle child, yes, he does. But we don't give her that kind of energy. We're like, oh my God, we just want you to get better. We want to support you when you're ready to get better. Blah, 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 blah. We're never on the, oh, you fucked up our life and, you owe us. And that. It's never like that. So she's always bringing up the conversation, and it it starts to become an excuse to get better, to 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 because I can't change the past, I might as well do what the fuck I want to do. because I can't change what happened in the past, and I might as well just keep fucking up. And so my little brother had a son, so I would say things like, "Well, don't you want to be there and be a great grandmother for your grandchildren? Like, don't you want to be there? Don't you want to be a part of their lives? So, like, do something different. Show them something different. If even if you don't have the energy to show us something different, don't you want to show your grand? Don't you want to be a great grandparent, a great grandparent to your grandchildren? Like, like, what is it? What motivates you to want to be better and do better and just have a better situation for you? What's the motivation? Tell me what it is so I can help you water that and grow that and let that flourish. Let me know what it is." So she never really can do that. So she always ends up coming to get a break. She'll come stay with me or come stay with my aunt, get a break, but then she goes back to that same drug lifestyle. So recently, she's come and told me that she has cancer. And in my mind, she pisses me off, man. Like because she calls me and it's like emotional labor and it's emotional um, manipulation. That's what it feels like. Feels like emotional manipulation. And she'll say shit like, "Well, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna do any of that chemo or any of that stuff, anything. I'm just gonna let it do what it do. I'm not gonna go to no hospital. I'm not gonna do anything like that because I don't want to burden y'all. I don't want to burden y'all, and I don't want to look like be all holed out like my mother was, and y'all have to stop y'all life to take care of me, and um, I'm just not gonna do that. I've lived to see how old is she? She is 54. I've lived to see. She's 53. I mean, 50. I've lived to see 53. That's living long enough. So whenever it's time for me to go, I'm just gonna go. And you're saying this to your child. Essentially, you're saying that you are giving up on your life for to your child. Now, how am I supposed to respond to that? It made me angry. I didn't say it, but it made me angry because you're quintessentially telling your child who loves you, who adores you, I came out of the earth, you're the first human being that I have loved in my life, that you are giving up on your life and not trying to fight to stay on this earth. I don't want to hear that shit. Literally. Like, I don't want to hear that shit. It's annoying to me. It's emotional. Um, and then I'm like, so in that response, in that moment, I say, "So what do you want me to do, mother? What do you want me to do?" Like, you're calling me and telling me this for a reason. So what do you want me to do? You want to die? Okay. Well, I'll get my black dress ready because you're giving up and you're telling me that you're giving up. You're not giving me an opportunity to help you. You're not telling me what you need to do to help. And I don't have I've gone through so much trauma with my mother that I do not have the emotional energy or patience to deal. Like, it's like, oh my God, my life is pretty good. And how I deal with trauma is to erase. people who bring drama in my life. Like, totally erase it. Like, if you're not bringing on happy shit. And so now my mother, who I can't erase because this is my mother, is bringing this drama. So that's how I feel. But also in my mind, how I'm interacting, I have to see. This woman just got news of her mortality. This woman just got diagnosed with cancer, so she might be out of here. And she has to come to grips with her death. And I'm like, this has to be a hard time for her. So why am I being so selfish? I need to be more understanding and supportive because she's the one who's going through this terminal illness, possibly terminal illness. She's going through this. And so now I got to go through emotional labor of feeling like this is about to be a traumatic, manipulated experience where it might be not as bad as my mother's type person that she'll tell you something and she'll make it seem like it's just, oh my God, the end of the world. But then when you find out the true tea about it, it's not the end of the world. It's some little bullshit that she can handle. But because she wants to emotionally wrestle with you for whatever reason, she will give you this storyline, and you're like, oh my God, like to see if you care about her. And so I say, I'm like, I care about you. I don't want my mother to die. I want you to fight. I want you to get chemo or whatever it is that make you healthy. I want you to do that because I don't want my mothers to die. And I'm telling her this, but in my mind, I feel like she's manipulating me out of these, she's manipulating me out of these words that she doesn't have to manipulate me to give her. I tell my mother, I love you. I want you to be here. I want you to live. I'm not a person who does not affirm my mother. So why are you sending me through these emotional bullshit, adding more stress to my life? Now, I'm saying this to you guys, but I don't say this to her. I say, Mom, I want you to live. You gotta fight. You can't call me and tell me you're gonna give up. You can't call me and tell me you're gonna give up. I'm your child. I love you. I care about you. I want you to live. Why would you not be fighting for this? Oh, I don't want to be like that. I don't want to change, be a burden to y'all. Mom, you won't be a burden to us. We are your children. That's what our job is. Our job is to take care of you when you older and you might be ailing. That is our job. This is what you have been a good mother. Yeah, you had some downfalls, but overall you have instilled some great qualities in us. You da 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 da. We owe you this for bringing us into this world. I'm saying stuff like this, but in my mind, I'm like, are you trying to manipulate me? Are you just trying to get me to have this emotional moment with you? Like, and it's so stressful. So I avoid conversation with her now. Avoid conversations with her and avoid engagement. So now I'm feeling like, how much more time do I got with my mother? Am I being petty by ignoring her because I'm missing time with my mother? Because I know, because people who have lost their mother always say, man, don't be petty to your mother because once she's gone, you ain't going to have no moments. But it's so emotionally taxing dealing with my mother. So emotionally taxing that is those moments worth it because she's still on drugs. It's not like no fucking I'm just trying to be happy with my mother. She's still within her addiction and not trying to get out. Like, she's not trying to lose it. So in order to cherish these moments with my mother, I have to be in the moment with her addiction and dealing with her trying to manipulate me out of money and dealing with like these things that I don't like, these things that frustrate me, these things that make me angry, where I'm not enjoying my time with my mother. I'm not enjoying my mother. So, but then If she dies a month from now, am I going to feel guilty? Am I going to be angry with myself for being petty and not want to talk to her and enjoy at least some type of moment? So that's where I'm at. I'm like, I don't know what to do in this situation. And it's really, really frustrating me and making me feel like, am I being selfish? Is she being selfish? It's like, I can't battle your addiction for you. I can't battle your health with you if you are still fucking trying to smoke crack whenever you fucking feel like it. Like, it's just so much. But yeah, I'm just venting. Are you? I'm gonna continue to ignore her. I already know what I'm gonna do. I know how I am, but I'm also scared. I'm scared that eventually I'm gonna get a call that says my mother's dead. So it's kind of crazy. And then I'm gonna regret. I'm gonna be like, this but it's not like I don't leave. We talk. She hits me up. We talk. We it's very dry and bland, and it's not significant. It's not. It's how your morning was. Oh, it's good. What do you do this week? Oh, it's good. So where are you staying at now? Do you need me to send you some money? Then I'm like, oh, do I want to send her some money? She gonna smoke crack with it. Uh, you want me to send you some food? Sometimes I'll just order some pizza for her to eat. Um, so at least I know she'll get a meal. Um, we'll talk, but it's totally insignificant and more emotional labor. It doesn't soothe, let's just say like it doesn't soothe me. It doesn't give me what I need from my mother. So I'm gonna feel like it's pointless. But then I don't want to regret it later. So I'm just venting. Tell me what you think. Are you going through something similar? Have you been through something similar? Do you have some advice? Anything?